to our anxiety talks. That actually sounds kind of stressful.
I mean, a little.
Just a little. We
Yeah.
should have called this something else. All right, we'll fix that later. So, for everybody that's watching today, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Hannah Braswell. I'm on the 2021 Genuine team, and I'm 16 years old.
Awesome. And perfect introduction, because I was going to say she is on the Genuine team, and she so graciously volunteered her time to talk about life in quarantine and how it's affecting her and any advice that she can give to other girls, because this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is not like school's out summer break. This is a
Yeah, no.
whole different vibe. And I know at first for me, when school let out, I was like, oh, we're sleeping in next week.
Yeah.
Like I love nothing more than the idea of not having to set my alarm. So for me, that first week out was nice. It was really nice. How about you? First week?
I liked it, but at the same time, I like school is like my favorite thing. Like it's like my favorite thing to do because I'm an only child, so it's kind of like there's nothing much else to do. And it's like swim, when school got out, swim got out. And it's like that's my other getaway thing. And it's like I didn't get to go to either one of those. So it's like just staying at home.
Yeah, because I mean, between school and swim, then there's a lot of dedicated hours outside of the house.
Definitely. So it was like I basically didn't have anything because most of my classes are AP. And so like for the first week and a half that we were out, none of them had any type of curriculum or anything that they could give us because it's not like the North Carolina state exam things where they can do like on canvas. It was just crazy. Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. So, okay, so did you enjoy sleeping in though?
I did, but like at the same time, I kind of get stressed when I sleep in because it's like I feel like I'm missing something.
Okay, so explain that a little more, because I think that a lot of people can relate to that. I myself can relate to that. I thrive on a schedule. I thrive on knowing what's coming next. How about you?
Definitely. I think that having a schedule is like really important because I recently downloaded the Google Calendar app and I love putting everything in there because I just get alerts when I have to do stuff. And it's like just the whole aesthetic look of it is like so organized and I love being organized. And so it's like I love having a schedule, but the whole like waking up late, it's like too much in waves. It's like you can't have a certain time unless you set your alarm and like your body's used to it. So I mean, I would prefer waking up early, but it's like, what's the point of waking up early when all you can do is either work out, read, eat, sleep, or go outside?
All right, so I have a question. Did you download the Google Calendar before or after the virus?
Oh, a little bit before.
Okay, so this was something you had started to use prior to staying at home.
Yes.
Okay, and so are you, this is a silly question, but are you trying to still use the calendar at
Yes.
home?
I
All right,
have to do it. I have to
okay.
do it because I have so many assignments. Like all my teachers, okay, so I kind of forget that I have classes because it's like you don't see your teachers. And my teachers will send it on several different like remind text messages, which is like the portal where they contact you and stuff. And
Okay.
so like I'll see that text message, but sometimes I'll forget about it. So as soon as I see it, I immediately put it in the calendar and then I get alerts like 2 days before it's due so I can do the assignment.
Okay, so great advice right there for anybody listening, because for most of you, you are just navigating this new virtual learning. This is a new world for you. You know, you may have had a class online here or there, right? But now everything is online and you're like thrusted into this independence of having to manage your own schedule. Hannah, that is a brilliant idea. You get that alert, put it in your Google Calendar. That keeps you organized. That's your system. And it can be whatever works for you. But to have that system in place probably would bring down a lot of anxiety.
Yes, it definitely does because then you're like, I don't have to think about this anymore until I get an alert. Because I mean, if your phone's charged, you're definitely getting an alert.
Yeah, if it's charged. Let's hope everybody's still charging their
I
phone.
mean, I hope people are charging their phone.
We're probably draining our batteries a lot more than we
Literally.
were used to, but all right. So you made the comment, you're like, get up early to do what? Like eat and go outside or, whatever it may be. What are you doing to fill your time besides the schoolwork that you have to get done?
Okay, I've actually started a lot of TV shows because I'm not really a TV show watcher. Like during the school day, I'll be like, I'm just gonna go watch a movie to go to sleep, okay? And like I'll turn on like Disney Plus. But I've been watching like a lot of shows, and I've been doing Peloton classes every day.
All right. So what a great balance, right? You're getting in some of that binge watching, which we all have that desire to do sometimes, right? Like those days where we wished we could do nothing but lay on the couch and binge watch our
Mm.
favorite show is hey, it's here, right? Like
Yeah.
take advantage of it. But I love that you're saying you're doing the Peloton app. I'm doing that app too. Oh my gosh, we have to share our favorite classes after
Yeah.
this
I
because
love
I'm
it.
obsessed with it. I think Megan shared it with me. She told me it was free for maybe 90 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm using it for free right now. And I love it. I love the music. I love the vibe. I've loved the trainers. So anyway, so you're balancing your laziness of binge watching TV with getting some exercise in.
Yes.
Would you say you're doing exercise every day?
Oh, for sure. Because it's like I went from having swim practice every day, like 5 days a week, and then like doing extra stuff on the weekends just because it felt like I wasn't doing anything, to like not having any type of practice. And I feel like I'm like out of shape, but at the same time, it's like getting into a different kind of shape because swimming is like completely different than any type of Peloton stuff that you're doing because it's like a whole different type of conditioning and in shape.
So how hard or how easy was it to start exercising at home?
Honestly, so I do like the cycling one. Like we have the bike, and so it's
Okay.
like I do that, and I mean it was kind of bad for me because I started out with a 45-minute class, and I'm not the kind of person that's gonna start something and not finish it. So like I was like I'm gonna finish this, and like I have to just hit like all the resistance and cadence stuff that's on there because it's like they're telling you to, and there's like a little crown when like a golden stuff. I don't know how to explain it. It like lights up basically if you're in like the right gauge of what
Okay.
they're telling you to do.
Gotcha.
And like, I mean, it was kind of hard, not gonna lie, because I chose like a 8.6 out of 10. Um,
Oh, that difficulty level.
yeah, I was like, oh,
Why not? Let's just go big or go home.
honestly, it's just because that like I choose the Peloton class by the playlist. So like I'll go into the class and look and see what the playlist is and then figure out if I'm going to do that because
Yeah,
it's like
because
I
you
want
need
to
you
do a
need the
good job.
playlist to be on it. Well,
Exactly.
that makes or break it. Yeah. I used to cycle long time ago. I would go to the Y and do the spin classes. Probably
Yeah.
one of my most favorite workouts ever. And you are right. If the music is not on, it messes up
Yeah.
the hype, the vibe. It's down. Yeah, totally. Okay, so wait, you didn't give me an exact answer, but I'm guessing you're saying that it was hard getting into the
Yeah,
cycling.
it was just more difficult because I'm not used to doing that kind of workout.
Okay. But um but it was easy for you, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like it was easy for you to get into a routine of doing exercise. And I don't want to fill in the blanks here. Do you think it was easy for you to do that because it was something you were already used to doing, even though it's a different kind of exercise, you were used to moving your body before being stuck at home?
Definitely. I think it was kind of a mix between I already can do this stuff because I have endurance, but like I want to do this because I want to stay in shape. And it's like I want to go to that level where it's like, oh, doing all these classes and getting all these awards for doing them. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just really like it.
What advice would you have for somebody who might be in your shoes and have, you know, been athletic and moving and all that prior to having to stay at home, and they're having a hard time getting into a routine, or even someone who's maybe not used to moving but looking to fill their time with something positive? What would you say to them? Like, what kind of motivation could you give them?
Um, okay, so if you're still looking into working out, I would say, I mean, okay, so it depends on if you are a um, daytime, nighttime, or morning time runner, because running is also really helpful, and it just like helps you in every type of spectrum, like working out, like even swimming, like running helps a lot. And it's like you can run during the daytime where people are watching you because that makes you go harder because it's kind of like you're forced to go faster and you can't like stop in front of people, like if that makes sense. But like me, I would never do that. I'm more of like a like treadmill or when it's dark or if I'm in a town that like people don't know me. Like I do not run around my neighborhood. But you can also like look up a bunch of stuff on Pinterest, and they have a bunch of all those ab and squatting and all those workouts, like the hit workouts and stuff that people like to do. And it's all free. So like, I mean, if you're bored and you want something to do that'll benefit you, you can definitely look those up. And
Absolutely.
then I mean, if you're having issues with being motivated, maybe look up like or maybe make a pin board on Pinterest where it's like all the type of stuff that you want to accomplish and all your goals and stuff. Like, I think I've done that before where it's like, I put a bunch of pictures of stuff that I liked and things that I would like to, I guess, accomplish. And it was like, it kind of motivates you in a way if you keep looking at it. I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't look at it, it doesn't motivate you.
Well, and I'm even thinking while you're talking here, I'm like, why not, get on Zoom or FaceTime with one of
Mhm.
your friends and do it together.
That's fun. I
Start.
was actually doing that the other day.
Were you? Did it go well?
Yes, we did a Peloton. We did the same class.
See, that's awesome. And for anybody who's not used to exercising, if this is something new to you, you don't even know what to do, you don't have anything at home, the one thing that I've loved about the Peloton app, outside of the cycling, when you go into the exercises and the different programs they have body weight only exercises.
Yeah,
And they have
those are nice.
skills classes. So then they have these like 5-minute skills classes where they actually take you step by step on how to do the move so you're not going to hurt yourself, right? I mean, it's just so amazing, and it can be so basic, but it also it has the advanced stuff
Oh
to
yeah,
it
so
that'll
you can
take your booty. Yeah. um okay, so it sounds like you're not having too difficult of a time staying productive. Would you agree?
um not, but I'm kind of waiting a little bit too long to do my work, says my mom. Uh, she's just very like, do it right now. Like, do it right now. I'm telling you to do it, so do it right now. I'm like, can I just wait until it's a week before it's due? Can I just wait a second? Because I'm one of those people that's like, I need to take a break. like, like you
He's
do
not
nothing.
great.
Literally, you do like nothing, and you're like, I'm just gonna take a really quick break and sit here for a second, and then it like takes too long, and then you don't get anything done. But
Well,
like,
you're very creative.
oh, definitely.
And I'm not sure if we share the similarity with being creative, but sometimes waiting till those final hours is when I'm most on,
Oh
when
yeah,
I'm
I
like
agree.
really in it, like the creative juices are flowing, right? Like if I know I have 2 weeks to do something, for some reason, I just can't get there in my head.
Yeah, I feel like when people say procrastination, it's always like negative, but
Right.
like in some ways, I feel like procrastination can be like really helpful because I myself am one of those people that work better under pressure. And so it's like when I like say you were studying for something, if you had like 2 weeks to study, you're not going to spend as much time, like good time studying those whole 2 weeks that you would in like maybe if you had 4 days, because then it's like you have a lesser amount of time. It's like you're going to study harder. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes sense, but like you have other stuff to do, so it's like you can't just like take a bunch of breaks, and like you get more out of it when you have to study like a lot at once.
Well, and I think that's really a great point to bring up and highlight, because if you're at home and you're feeling like you're a procrastinator, if you feel like you're being lazy, if you're guilting yourself into feeling like you should be working all of these hours that you have, just stop. Just stop, layering that guilt. Clear those messages you're sending to yourself. There is nothing wrong if you work better getting an assignment done 2 hours before it's due, then that's what you do, and we're all different learners. We all work differently. Our bodies function differently. Our minds function differently. So don't guilt yourself into feeling like you should be doing it how we're doing it or how someone else is doing it. I think that also helps like bring down the anxiety. Wouldn't you agree?
I really think that because it's like you can't tell someone a certain way to do something if they know that they can do it better another way. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Everyone is different in a way.
Yeah, so the point is just get it done in time, right? Make sure you get it done in time, get it done to the best of your ability.
Exactly. If like, say you were going to get a 100 if you did it 2 weeks out and then you did it like 2 hours before and still got 100, then what's the difference?
What's the difference? Absolutely. Yeah, so that would really help any anxiety is, just not putting the incorrect standards on yourself.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. All right, so we have a few more minutes. I have 2 more questions for you. What are you doing to kind of de-stress and just feel good? What kind of activities are you doing
Um,
besides exercising?
I've been painting. I painted a lot. I painted the
I was
jacket.
hoping I wanted to lead you there. I wanted you to talk about it.
Okay, so the other week I painted a jacket. It was like this jean jacket that I have, and I like don't really wear it that much. So I was like, let me paint it. So if it goes bad, it's whatever. Like I never wear it anyway. And previously, like 2 years ago, I had gone to a Drake concert with my dad, and he's like my favorite. I mean, artist, singer, rapper, whatever you want to call him.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, I'll do a Drake album cover on the back of my jean jacket. And I did. And it actually ended up working out pretty well. And so I'm like, I guess I'll wear that to the next concert that I go to.
It is so impressive. I think you should send me a picture, some media, and I'll attach it onto this video so people can see how incredible. It was just absolutely beautiful. When I saw it come across on Instagram, I was like, stop it right now, Hannah, you are so talented.
Thank you.
So, I mean, painting is such a great way to distress. Even if you're not super talented, just stroking paint on paper.
Exactly. And even if you don't have paint, if you have markers, you can make paint out of markers by like using these little cups of water and just like draining, I guess. Like, I mean, I would use old markers. I wouldn't do like ones that you use like all the time.
Okay.
You can put it in the water and then use paint brushes, and like you let the marker sit for like 15 minutes and it'll turn the water, and it's like watercolor paint.
Watercolor paint.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think we should disclose here, you come from an artistic.
Yeah, my mom taught me that last week. Like, I didn't just know that. She also made a fort in the backyard with a bunch of sticks, if you guys want to do that.
Okay.
Like, you know how it's like what do you call that? Tree pruning season?
Oh, yeah.
Like, cut your trees down. That has been my job. I've been doing yard work also. And so she was like, I'm going to make a fort. And so, I mean, you can make a fort out of sticks if you want to. Just make sure you won't get poked in the eye.
I mean, so the message here is get creative. Get creative. Exactly. Fill your time in that way. It definitely de-stresses. I love it. I love it so much. All right. So final question. We are stuck at home in many ways. It feels like we're here forever. It doesn't, we don't have a definitive end in sight, although we can say that this will be over soon. We will be able to go back to a normal soon. Hannah, what do you think is the good that can come from all of this?
I definitely think a lot of time spent with your family and kind of growing in a way where you don't always have to be with your friends all the time and you can still keep the relationships with them. And then, I mean, not everyone gets to see their family a lot. And it's like at this time, unless your family's like super essential workers, like, I mean, I know my dad is, but like I never really see my mom that much. And it's like, I get to hang out with her all the time now. And it's like, then I guess you can hang out with your animals too, like your dogs and stuff.
Yes.
And I mean, I guess you can find a lot of stuff that you usually wouldn't have time to do. Like, I mean, I don't have time to do art. I never would have done that jacket that I made if I wasn't on quarantine right now.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes you like appreciate the stuff that you already have. And it's like stuff that you already have easily accessible and you don't always have to go out to have fun.
I love it. I couldn't agree with you more. I think those are all wonderful things that can come from this, and things that I know that I'm having to remind myself daily, you know, especially when it gets hard here, like when the homeschool gets hard and I'm having to remind myself, oh, but I'm so lucky to be here with my kids, even though homeschool is failing. But yeah, I think that's wonderful, wonderful thoughts there. That's awesome. Hannah, I've had so much fun talking to you.
Thanks, me too.
You are so funny too.
Thank you.
I love it. All right. Well, I appreciate you having this talk about anxiety and our new normal life at home. And I guess I will, let's see, I get to see you tomorrow night. So
Oh, yeah, true.
it won't be too long, but I appreciate you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.